The United States has agreed to resume military aid and intelligence sharing with Ukraine after Kyiv signaled willingness to accept a 30-day ceasefire in its conflict with Russia. In a joint statement following talks in Saudi Arabia, both countries confirmed that Ukraine was open to a temporary ceasefire, which could be extended if both sides agreed.
Today we made an offer that the Ukrainians have accepted, which is to enter into a ceasefire and into immediate negotiations to end this conflict in a way that's enduring and sustainable and accounts for their interests, their security, their ability to prosper as a nation. I want to personally we both want to thank the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, His Majesty, for hosting us, for making this possible. They've been instrumental in this process, and we're very grateful to them for hosting us here today. And hopefully we'll take this offer now to the Russians. And we hope that they'll say yes, to peace. The ball is now in their court. And but again, the President's objective here is, number one, above everything else, he wants the war to end. And I think today Ukraine has taken a concrete step in that regard. We hope the Russians will reciprocate.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said the proposal would halt hostilities across the entire front line, including missile and drone attacks.
Щойно була доповідь нашої делегації про зустріч з американською командою в Саудівській Аравії. Більшу частину дня сьогодні тривала розмова, і розмова була хорошою, конструктивною. Наші команди встигли обговорити багато деталей. Наша позиція абсолютно чітка. Україна прагне миру від першої секунди війни. І ми хочемо зробити все, щоб мир був досягнутий якнайшвидше і надійно, так, щоб війни більше не було. Нашою українською пропозицією на цю зустріч з американцями було 3 речі. Це тиша в небі, ракети, бомби, далекобійні, дрони і тиша на морі. І реальні заходи встановлення довіри до всієї цієї ситуації, в якій триває дипломатія. Тобто, передусім, це звільнення полонених, наших військових та цивільних, і повернення українських дітей, які були вивезені в Росію. Американська сторона розуміє наші аргументи, сприймає наші пропозиції, і я хочу подякувати президенту Трампу за конструктивність розмови наших команд.
US President Donald Trump expressed hope that Russia would accept the ceasefire plan, with further discussions expected between Washington and Moscow.
Just agreed to a little while ago. Now we have to go to Russia, and hopefully President Putin will agree to that also, and we can get this show on the road. We can get this horrible war where 2,000-3,000 soldiers a week, every week, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 sometimes. I get the reports, and they're not American soldiers. They're Ukrainian and they're Russian. But people are being killed outside of that. People are being killed in the cities as things explode throughout the cities. And we want to get that war over with. So I think it's a big difference between the last visit you saw at the Oval Office and this. So that's a total ceasefire. Ukraine has agreed to it, and hopefully Russia will agree to it. We're going to meet with them later on today and tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be able to wipe out a deal. But I think the ceasefire is very important. If we can get Russia to do it, that'll be great. If we can't, we just keep going on and people are going to get killed, lots of people.
The US had paused its security assistance to Ukraine last week, limiting Kyiv's ability to track Russian troop movements and defend against missile strikes. Following progress in negotiations, that aid is now set to resume immediately. The talks also revived discussions on a rare earth minerals deal, which could see the US gain access to Ukraine's critical resources. However, the statement made no mention of the security guarantees Ukraine had been seeking. Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin has said he is open to negotiations, but ruled out territorial concessions. Moscow insists that Ukraine must withdraw from 4 regions that Russia has partially occupied.
Это самое главное. Что же касается самого урегулирования ситуации, то вновь хочу подчеркнуть, его целью должно быть не краткое перемирие, а не какая-то передышка для перегруппировки сил и перевооружения с целью последующего продолжения конфликта, а долгосрочный мир на основе уважения законных интересов всех людей, всех народов, которые проживают в этом регионе. Но мы, конечно, будем бороться за интересы России, за интересы российского народа. В этом, собственно, и заключается цель и смысл проведения специальной военной операции.
Tensions remain high despite diplomatic efforts. Just hours before the ceasefire discussions, Ukraine carried out its largest drone attack on Moscow and surrounding regions, targeting infrastructure, including an oil refinery. As both sides assess the terms of a potential truce, attention now shifts to whether Russia will agree to the ceasefire proposal and what role the US will play in securing a lasting peace.